Take a look at one of the defining horror directors of the 21st century. Before he terrified audiences with psychological thrillers, he built his reputation entirely on making them laugh. Break down a successful joke and a successful jump scare, and you find the exact same architecture. Both require a meticulously crafted buildup of tension. The creator leads the audience along, misdirecting attention, waiting for the precise second to trigger an involuntary physical response. By spending over a decade calculating the exact timing required to land a punchline, Jordan Peele had quietly drafted the blueprint to extract a scream. On the surface, Key and Peele was a highly successful comedy series. In practice, its 5-season run functioned as a rigorous psychological workshop for testing audience boundaries. He frequently constructed scenarios around politeness hiding conflict. He would take a mundane, awkward social encounter and slowly squeeze it to reveal deep-seated anxieties.
The sketches systematically dissected the mechanics of code switching and everyday racial microaggressions in America. The resulting videos racked up billions of views and secured multiple Emmys. He proved he could flawlessly navigate viewer expectations and manipulate the mood of a massive audience. When the series ended, Peele didn't have to learn how to build cinematic suspense from scratch. He simply needed to change the payload at the end of the buildup, from comic relief to creeping dread. For his directorial debut, Peele weaponized the audience's assumptions of a safe suburban environment. He used that perceived comfort to mask a growing, sinister reality. In Get Out, the interpersonal discomfort of meeting a partner's parents is weaponized. The fear of being isolated, marginalized, and disbelieved escalates from an awkward social anxiety into literal, visceral threats.
Peele's central psychological mechanic is the sunken place, a dark void where victims are reduced to silent, paralyzed observers while their bodies are hijacked and exploited. This total loss of agency serves as a direct metaphor for the historical trauma of abduction and systemic erasure within the prison industrial complex. The execution resonated instantly. The film returned $255 million on a $4.5 million budget and secured Peele an Academy Award for Best Original Screenplay. Those accolades are secondary to what the film actually accomplished. The financial and critical returns are empirical evidence that his mechanical translation of social unease into horror worked on a global scale. His sophomore effort, Us, proved that his debut was a reproducible formula. He broadened his canvas to tackle complex ideas of dual identities and suppressed national guilt. The tension mechanics escalated as well. The polite, passive-aggressive conversations of his first film were traded for aggressive, uncanny physical confrontations. Even with a larger budget and far more abstract themes, his defining signature remained intact. The entire narrative engine ran on misdirection and the careful management of withheld information. That scaling continued into his third feature, Nope. Peele left the claustrophobic confines of suburban homes for massive, sweeping desert landscapes, tackling science fiction and Hollywood mythology. He maintained his observational lens, this time turning it on the concept of spectatorship itself. The film examines the human addiction to staring at disaster and exploiting trauma for the sake of entertainment. He forces the audience to actively scan the wide, empty environments. The viewer literally participates in building tension, searching the sky for the threat. We become complicit in the desire to look at something we know is dangerous. By making us search the frame, Peele weaponizes our own cinematic viewing habits against us. Peele operates his production company, Monkeypaw, as an engine of subversion against Hollywood's history of tokenism. He has built a collaborative brand that leverages his personal commercial success to secure creative authority for a new generation of minority voices. While he writes and directs his own blockbuster features, he simultaneously acts as a collaborative engine. He champions and produces projects for other emerging creators, expanding the footprint of diverse genre storytelling. There is a constant, productive tension in this work. His films invite endless cultural and political analysis, but they absolutely refuse to sacrifice their primary function as masterful, suspenseful pop entertainment. Every new project is shrouded in intense secrecy.
the lack of initial details only fuels the anticipation and strengthens the power of his brand.
Jordan Peele realized that the terror hiding beneath ordinary American life doesn't actually need to be invented. It just needs to be mechanically framed to make us laugh right up until the moment it forces us to scream.